We've seen these lineups time and time again. Obviously, Longo is a really interesting one. We heard from them, actually. I'm glad we've got that insight, Hummingbee, because he said, you know what, the Wolf's a little shaky. It's useful to have, but he's much favoring the Byleth, someone who can find kills and rack damage, someone with multiple avenues to find the stock.
And I can understand him now against a player such as Hikaru. Is it enough?
Now, let's see. Now, Longo was very confident that picking his Rob first was great because it always guarantees at least a free kill and he can shore it up. And playing against this brawler is very, very good. You know, you're able to do a lot against it with gyros, denying space, and you can try and kind of read their approaches if you really want with a back air. You do have to not underestimate how quick that brawler can close distance.
Good opportunities here and there by both players, but we've seen how Hikaru managed to surprise his opponent with that RB, and now he's fishing for it. So maybe Longo can actually do something out of it, bait it out, and then punish it. But at 57%, the work still needs to be done on his side to just try to grab a kill. And that gyro is just kind of annoying.
Still coming, it's still there, trust me.
Look at that.
Again, the gyro being used against him. This is the problem with playing someone against someone as talented as Hikaru. They do have that that item proficiency. Always good to have that against Rob as the bicycle kick comes up, sends him in, and he was holding the gyro and it deletes out of his hand. He's teabagging. A little bit of extra time there as Byleth does come out. It can be very dangerous. Byleth, very difficult character, I believe, to play against Big Brawler, just because you want to have a little bit of distance just to play with those massive hitboxes. You want to be able to choose when you engage, and you want to be able to choose when your opponent bites the dust. My goodness, fantastic catch from Longo.
He learned from the best. Kaleo again in the mind when he did something like this. But look, he's even the odds with his Byleth. He didn't see that Byleth that much today.
Yeah, I love the empty hops coming out from Longo. I'm not surprised they've decided, you know what, I'm comfortable with this character. Fantastic stuff. The back air comes through, forcing this Roy to the back foot. A Roy we have seen do some serious damage already.
And that's a regrab. That's a regrab. He does manage to get back there, but he did a lot of damage. Did manage to even the odds, even take the advantage here. However, be careful because you are on Smashville, and this is one of those stages you don't want to give to Roy here.
Yeah, very dangerous. Great stuff. I love these pins coming out from Longo right here. The Roy just not able to find anything. If they can, they do have to suffer, you know. Once you get to these upper echelons, suddenly you can't just side B at the stage. You know, the DI is going to be there, so you're going to start mixing it up. You can't mix up if you only just started playing, Humming.
Indeed. And again?
There it is, works this time.
Hikaru, this is the second time.
Now, theoretically, this isn't a matchup between Byleth and DK. This is a matchup between Byleth, Nair, and DK. So let's see how many of those we can see. Donkey Punch is charged, though.
I can't say you're wrong, because this is literally going to be the case here. Again, good time we hear stalling his recovery. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is.
Let's find out.
Get that Nair just applying so much pressure on the shield.
Fantastic disengage from Longo there, just absolutely weaving around this 8% up. Tries to go for the style. So once again, just keep going. He's just flinging them around, man. Another Nair, tries to bait out a roll, not quite enough, doesn't quite get a graphic bound, and it's just going. It's just flying, it's going. Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, there's a point where you have to die, but the work has already been done, 92%, and we're talking about Samus, someone who shouldn't have a lot of issues against the DK. However, we were talking not about any DK, we're talking about the one from Hikaru, and we've seen already how he does a lot of good work with that monkey.
Exactly, certainly does. 117 on the 8 right now. Risk and
oh no!
That could be dangerous. Can't help but feel Longo's heart skipped a beat there. Definitely picked the right option. Gonna weave over the charge shot as well. Great work from Hikaru to just move around it. Still,
honestly,
falling through these fairs quite often. It's great for racket damage. But come on, you've got to nut up. You've got to find the kill. You've got to find something, buddy. That punch absolutely cracking that shield. And there it is.
Get the strip again. We're going back on break, ladies and gentlemen.
One more break. Oh man, Hikaru shaking his head after that one. That was very, very close. Clutched it out. Great stuff. Well, that's just the kind of top
you know what?
We're
That's
in for.
The second time I see that today. And if I had a penny for every time we've seen it, that would be 2, and that's quite surprising.
It is surprising, I must say. Honestly, Hikaru, it's what I love about Hikaru's lineup. You know, I've been talking since yesterday about drafting in squad strike, which, you know, is a bit like it's a bit like coming to a sword fight with an RPG.
Yeah,
you know, it's just a bit too much, but still I find it so fascinating. he's just able to cover so many different avenues, right? I'll say it again, it's so easy to fall into the trap in Squad Strike of like, I'll pick all the characters that are most similar. No, you pick the characters that shore up the weaknesses, that fill the cracks, and suddenly when you've got this tree trunk disjointed monkey rolling at you, suddenly you don't have a game plan for it.
Yeah, and
all right?
I think the stage selection here was kind of in favor of Hikaru here.
Yeah.
Because Longo didn't have any room to breathe. The Donkey Kong was taking half the stage.
Yeah.
Just in there.
Now this is an interesting switch up.
You get a switch for Hikaru.
Hikaru does this a lot where he'll win a game and then swap characters anyway. And we've seen it quite a lot. I still think it's very good. I think it's nice. What I like about Squad Strike is and it's the same with singles obviously, but if you win a game, that doesn't mean there was nothing to learn. You can make it easier for yourself next time, or you can prevent your opponent from downloading you in Squad Strike by just picking a different character.
And that worked the previous time we did it, so yeah.
Clearly.
SBF.
Feel something.
See how it goes again. I mean, Longo did do a lot of good work up to that monkey, so yeah. Maybe at the Zero Summit wasn't the best in that specific situation, or not used to the best of its abilities considering the stage. Let's see how, again, a bigger stage such as VF can change stuff.
Yeah, let's find out. Out there, those goes down throw. Gonna see if we can get a reverse thruffer instead. Definitely looking for it, but not gonna get punished this time around as falling there. Just trying to trap him between that gyro, trying to force him to get up so he didn't roll into it, but instead, doesn't quite matter as he forces him down, tries to go for the up tilt. Fantastic reaction from Hikaru, my goodness.
Again, look at the percent. They do ramp up on both sides, but we've seen already how Hikaru doesn't have any difficulties to find those upbeats, to find those options to kill, whether it's with that Mii Boulder, whether it's with that Donkey Kong, but we haven't seen yet that Pokemon trailer, so I'm kind of interested in how he's going to play it.
Would be curious. First, we have to see if he even needs to play it right now. It's fairly even, obviously Longo in the lead, but one touch is all it takes as the clash there sent to the sides.
And look at the game plan from Longo. He was supposed to get at least a stock and half with that robot, and this is not the case yet. Is he going to try to kill yet? There you go. But against now PT, this is where it becomes more interesting.
And you got to load 3 characters. You got to load 3 characters. That was like 7 seconds.
The game wasn't ready for it.
The game was not ready for it. And, you know, it's if you're playing a character like Samus, you get free charge shot. If you're playing Cloud, you get free limit. Rob's a little different because you don't always want the fully charged gyro. Oh my goodness, straight up, barely a frame.
You have armor on that, you're going to use them. However here, the Violet now, against something so small as Squirtle with a lot of combo gain. I mean, this is not going to be the same story just as before.
Yeah, I mean, Squirtle is, Squirtle very binary how they, kind of use this opening time. You're always going to take your Squirtle attacks. Yeah. Maybe. And
the Squirtle normally finishes around 80 or 60% or something. What was that?
That was raw, my goodness gracious me. Sent up, sent out, forced to go high because of the Razor Leaf. Doesn't quite get a punish. There's a Nair, there's a Nair.
And another one.
Another one, there's another one.
That's 3.
There's a, oh, no, okay, that's fine. He's mixing it up. Yeah, that's how you schmick something. You do 4 Nairs and then do it there. Unfortunately...
Getting called with that F-Smash 2 times in a row, there's a message being sent here.
Yeah, this fresh Pokemon trainer is really doing a lot of work for Longo. Fair comes in.
We've seen already how Donkey Kong was doing well against that Dark Samus. So here, well, Hikaru's just having fun again, I guess.
Looks like it. Looks like it indeed. Gonna swap to that Ivysaur. I like what the Squirtle was doing with the low profiling. Very cool. But
yeah, that was funky. That was sexy.
Yeah, just not a lot you can do at this point. So might as well swap to the Ivysaur, try and punish. But he's got that bigger body and that slower aerial movement. He's really coming in to bite. Hikaru as he is forced into the air.
Here is going to die. No good DI here by Hikaru. But again, the damage has been done. Going here for 90% already. And he can't even find a kill with that Charizard. We've seen how he's kind of well, a bit able to find like mix-up here and there, so I kind of expect him to find it.
Oh, up into the skies, Hikaru, my goodness.
Sniped.
Very, very tough. I'm curious what the game plan here is, and honestly, I think if they run it back, Longo's got a perfect, he's got a perfect opportunity to kind of use what he's learned. But this is where Hikaru gets you. Because you don't know if Hikaru is going to run those same 3 characters again.
Yeah, this is where it becomes interesting, because he won the first game, decided to change his roster, he won the second one. Is he going to change one other again? Yes, and we haven't seen that decay this time. And even that Charizard, we've seen it for what, 1 shot with that up B, that's all. Then he went back onto that Squirtle and that Ivysaur. So even then, you just know like 66% of a character in that roster. so much things to discover yet in that Japanese player. Longo is not going to have a good time.
Honestly, what I want to see is I would have wished if Longo gets another game, I want to see him pick the Cloud. Because specifically, I think if Hikaru is still playing PT, it takes so long to load that he just gets free full charge limit, and he just finishing touching
Are you
zeros.
abusing the game?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy a combo didn't connect though.
Yeah, that low profile being a bit of a nightmare right now. Tries to bait him into the gyro. Good pick up there as we grab as well. Great movement, but not able to get a moving hitbox. Unfortunately, great call out on the get up attack as well.
I love the movements of Longo here. You would expect him to be a bit more sluggish with such a big body as Rob, but he does manage to find kind of artistic approaches to that square. So obviously here, however, the double jump. Oh my goodness! Let me finish my sentence, will you, Hikaru?
Brought out very, very early. We heard earlier Longo very confident in being able to take out anyone with that Rob. Unfortunately, PT just custom made to deal with that machine. Forced up again, my goodness, just trying to land, trying to get his feet on the ground. Longo finally a bit of advantage here, I should say, as he is forced up, grabbed down, smacked. Unfortunately, the back air is just not doing it. They might be strong on the run-up, but unfortunately, a lot more than that. Forced into the air again. My goodness, Longo refuses to touch that ground. Looks like Hikaru is just keeping him at odds.
I don't know if he's refusing or not having the opportunity, because for now, Hikaru's not opening it. Telling him at all with that. Regrab here, still remaining on the staying on the Ibizar, yes. Okay, you're going to die there. Now going finally onto that mid roller who already did a lot of work before against that Rob. But this is, I think, the first time we see him face that island. That was a good burst.
It certainly was. Now, we have seen the Bard do a lot of work before. I really liked his movement. I really liked how he comboed. He just jumps into the multi-jab. My goodness, that side B going to take a stock. Looks like this could be the end of Longo. This is going to have to be some absolutely clinical Samus play if they want to bring it all the way back. And I love Longo, but I don't know if anyone is capable of such a feat against someone like Hikaru. Let's find out as movement is clean, but a little bit too low profile.
Yes, again, damage has already been done. It is on his last stock that Longo will be able maybe to show us why he is one of the best players in Europe. Because the work has, oh my god, grab was kind of generous.
Damn right.
As Bradley not going to connect. Now what? Oh,
here come the ladders. Climb on up, get on out. Longo falls.
There's no ladder to heaven. You're just going to get down thrown into a B. GG's to Hikaru there. It's clean 3-0 against Longo. Longo is going to bow down at third in that squad strike tournament at UFA 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still around, please bear with as we are going to the grand finals now against Hikaru, with Hikaru against T, if I'm correct.
Oh, you got that right.
Hey, that was at least that.
Yeah, you got the Japanese bout.
So yeah, we've seen that already in winners, with T taking it 3-0, if I'm correct. 3-1,
yeah, but
2-1 maybe.
T did not look unbeatable. That's the thing. Yeah. That's what I'm curious about. All right. Now, I'm gonna, frankly, whatever I say becomes true because you can't see much of the crowd. So I'm gonna say Hikaru is the crowd favorite because he's my favorite. Now, this is going to be interesting because
you know what happened about your favorites up to now, right?
I have no idea what you mean. I've never heard of Destiny in my life.
Never heard about Destiny.
Never heard of Destiny in my life.
Never heard about Skipper either?
Well, I have two. Who? Oh, the penguin from the Madagascar movie. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Anywho.
Ooh, quite a technical reference here.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Well, let's talk about these two. Now, T, it's very, very obvious what T's about, right? With #1 seed of singles, obviously very multifaceted, very talented, very fundamental, was very clearly going to make it all the way in Squad Strike.
What a way to do it.
Yeah,
in winners without losing more than one game, I guess.
What I like about these two players is that they're kind of representing different things. You know, T is pushing this kind of meta. Like we're approaching the point in Smash Brothers where co-mains now start to become a lot more popular.
Yes.
And you know, Kazuya.
Specifically about that rule set.
Yeah.
Want to talk about it or not?
Maybe
we
will.
Are you part of the star selection before character or character selection before stage?
I'm a fan of the good one. Which one's the good one?
Help me with that. Which one's the good one?
I'm a fan of.
Plot twist, there or none.
Exactly. No. I think Europe is absolutely correct on that sense, and it really has been part of the conversation, and it's where it becomes interesting in Squad Strike because T has that Kazuya. Kazuya, of course, probably the poster child of like being that thing you have in your pocket to pull out on these random stages.
Yeah, when the random stage is Final Destination, of course.
Of course, of course. But the thing with this is T has been very rigid with their character selection. Right, we might have seen a little bit of a mix-up, but nope. Since day one, it's
Captain
mainly
Falcon,
going to be rocking
Kazuya,
Captain Falcon,
and Pac-Man.
Kazuya and the Pac-Man, right? Meanwhile, Hikaru seems to play about 50 members of the cast.
And at such a level, man.
At such a level. That's the first time I've seen that Pokemon trainer all weekend, and it looked unstoppable.
Yeah, that snipe